Welcome back at 2 Point Blank. I am Nikki,
And I'm Lauren.
and we are two best friends in our 30s on opposite sides of life trying to figure it out and find our people and just chat about it along the way. And today's episode, we're kind of just talking about how we're all messed up. Like, we all have flaws, we all have issues at this point. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, we all kind of low-key suck. But you gotta just kind of live your life anyway and just accept the fact that you have those flaws. I think a big thing for us that we talk about before too is just kind of having, do we want to say baggage? I don't know. It makes it sound kind of bad. I almost find it like better to say lessons that we've learned along the way of life, and just like habits or things that make us who we are. And so whether that's good or bad, that we continue to bring in either like new relationships or friendships or jobs or whatever. And also to the negative side of things of like bringing bad habits or anxieties or whatever to the point in which it stops us from doing things we like to do. So today's episode, we're just going to kind of talk about our quote unquote baggage, lessons learned, what have you, and just how we have to choose to live anyway. I think a big one for us, and I know we've talked about it before, is just our anxiety journeys. And we've put out an episode, I don't even know how many episodes ago at this point, really kind of diving into our specific anxiety and panic stuff. So if you want to go back and listen to that after this one, encourage it. And maybe you can find something helpful out of that. But that's a really big one that leaves a lot of kind of dents in the armor, if you will, that you're bringing through life. And it's kind of hard to shake that stuff, not necessarily shake it in the sense of like you can't overcome it or take back your life, but shake it in the sense of it always kind of hangs around in regards to if you meet new friends and it's like, well, what if they think this about me, or what if I can't do this, because it's like it's just kind of always there. And so I think that's a big one that we both kind of carry through our life that could negatively affect things, but we, you know what, we're just trying to do our best at the end of the day.
Well, I think that's like my biggest thing too, is like I always hang on to that now in the back of my mind. It's like anxiety is always going to have the upper hand on me, is what it feels like, right? Because it's always going to be there. I feel like it's never going to go away. Is it manageable? For the most part, yes. You know what I mean? But I feel like, I don't know, depending on the time of month, if it's there or not, you know what I mean? Just like little things, especially like we've always said before and in previous episodes we've talked about it, but like if you've gone somewhere and anxiety has hit you in that specific place and you have to go back to that place, it's literally the biggest mental game. Like you don't even realize it, but it's like you just have to push through, and that's like the easiest way to get through it. There's like, because again, the easiest way would be what? To avoid it, right? Because you're like, oh no, like I'm not going to put myself in that position again. Like, you know what I mean? But I feel like for me, the biggest thing for me, like the biggest piece of baggage for myself is definitely the anxiety, because it's like I feel like it hinders me from so many things. Like prime example, like if my kids have like a faraway tournament or something, like my first thing that hits my mind is like, oh, my husband can take her, because I don't want to, like, you know what I mean, have to go that far. Or I don't know, because I feel like it always just hits me. And like one thing we've talked about before too is like, I don't know, just ever since I got my gallbladder out, like things have just never been the same. Like anything that has fat in it, it just goes like right through. And it's just like, I don't know, it's so like frustrating. So now it's like, that's another thing that just triggers, I feel like, with the anxiety, like it sets it off like no other. And I don't know, like part of me wishes I never went through with that, because I feel like I've read into things now that there's like so many different things that you could like do to maybe like clear the stones that I currently had, you know what I mean, to like make sure that they don't come back. First, like, you know, the doctors are just like, oh no, just take it out, instead of, you know how it is. And then like, you're just like, wait, maybe I should have actually done a little more research. But it's like, it was so painful, and they make it seem like if you don't get it out, like it's going to happen to you, instead of giving you like, hey, maybe like if you try this like specific diet to get rid of it, or, you know what I mean? Just giving you different things. So instead, like, oh, I just jumped right to removing it because that's what the doctor recommends. You know what I mean? Instead of, so anyone that I always talk to and they have like stones and stuff in their gallbladder or whatever, I'm like, don't get it removed. Don't ever do it. It's the worst thing ever. Like you can't have like any fatty foods, any of that. So I feel like that is just a huge piece of another baggage. And I feel like they all just kind of, it's like a trickle down effect. Like ever since that, it like literally nails me with my anxiety, because I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm only like tied to eating certain foods because then like my stomach's gonna be upset. You know what I mean? And then your mind just goes straight to it. Well, like, oh, here goes my stomach, and then there it goes. You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
happens every time.
Does it affect you like when you're with like your husband, let's say? Like, do you feel like you not being able to go to certain restaurants or places is like bringing baggage into the marriage a little? Like are there things that you feel like that specific event brings, you know, negativity and baggage into your marriage because of that?
Well, I just feel like he's like, oh God, like again, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
I physically cannot help it. Like your gallbladder breaks down the fatty foods and stuff. So it's like, I don't have that anymore to break it down. So instead, it literally just goes right through you. Like even if it's good fat or bad fat, it literally nails my stomach every time. Anything with fat in it.
That's
Like
like
it can literally be
crazy.
good or bad. And again, some people I've talked to, they've had great experiences. And then like another mom I talked to, she's like, oh, I take these 2 supplements before I'm gonna eat and it doesn't mess up my stomach. Like it helps it like digest like the fatty part of it, you know? So I'm like, maybe I'll try that, but then it's like I don't like to be on pills or any of that stuff, but I'm just like whatever. So I gotta look back into that because I'm like, if that would help me, then I feel like that would help a lot of this stuff. But like of course, like I'll tell my husband like, oh, I don't feel like eating, like I'll take it to go and I'll eat it at home. I feel like is my number one go-to is what I always do. That I'm like, no, I don't feel like eating here. Let's take it to go. Cause it's like, I just know how it works. Like at least with my
Yeah.
stomach, you know what I mean? So I'm just like, no, I'm not going to eat now. And like 100% of the time I will not eat breakfast if I know we're going somewhere in the morning because I just don't want my stomach to even be risked. But you know what I mean? I don't even want that to be an option.
God, that's a lot.
No, it literally it's a total domino effect because I know if I have it, then I tell myself, "Oh my gosh, I had that. It's going to upset my stomach." And it's almost like I'm like telling myself it's going to happen and then it happens.
Of course, that's how it works. Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? That's just literally how it works.
Oh my
Unfortunately.
gosh.
Yeah,
that
I don't ever
trickles
eat
into everything.
breakfast. I don't ever do anything in the mornings unless I know I'm going to be home. So I normally like when we have soccer and stuff, I will not eat all flipping day until we get home.
Girl, that is not good.
Yeah, I know it's not good, but at the same time, I'm just like, well, if I
Can't
know
risk
that'll
it.
get me through the day and I don't want to risk it, then so be it. That's, I guess, what I have to do.
So your answer to that is just you don't really eat. But it's not every food. You said it's just mostly fatty foods. So you could have like fruit and like deli meat and stuff, right?
No, I don't know. I just feel like everything
shit.
kind of just upsets my stomach. Like fruit, especially the acid stuff. Like I don't like to eat that on an empty stomach because I feel like it upsets my stomach. Like especially
Damn,
like an
dude.
orange or something. But then it's like if I eat toast, like I'll put butter on it and like butter has fat in it. And you know what I mean? So it's just like I feel like
Yeah.
everything has some sort of fat in it.
Damn.
And then like anything dairy, I feel like my stomach just like gets triggered by that too. I'm not lactose intolerant, but I feel like it definitely like you know
I
what I mean?
know, like literally anyone I've ever had in my life over the last 10 years, I feel like has such bad stomach issues.
Yeah, and I think it's because the food we're being fed, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I think it's the shit in the food. Even if you're eating healthy, like, they still spray chemicals on it. There's still some kind of shit in the food.
That's so
Always.
bizarre.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's so hard
I know.
to
It's like
eat healthy.
I think about it too. I'm like, God gave me a lot of stuff, but one thing he did not give me was a sensitive stomach. I'm telling you right now, I could eat anything. I'm kind of picky though.
I'm
So maybe
jealous.
that's part of the thing that helps me. But like, I know I've know so many people who are like, oh, I can't eat that. Oh, my stomach hurts, or oh, it's so much pain, or oh, it went right through me, or oh, I'm so constipated, or oh, my stomach is so. I'm like, dude, I can't even imagine living life like that. I don't even remember the last time my stomach hurt outside of like my period.
I'm so jealous.
I probably just jinxed the shit out of
I know.
myself. So, check in later. But
Yeah.
no, that is so. I don't know. Like, I have a lot of things I feel like are baggage per se, but my stomach issues,
I'm so jealous.
unfortunately, am solid there. I'd love to eat something bad for me and then have a horrible stomach ache, and then maybe I wouldn't eat it again, but it's not the case.
Well, clearly that doesn't work for me because I'll eventually eat it if I know I'm home. So, like, that
That's
doesn't
fair.
work, you know?
You're just chowing down at home and nowhere else, like a secret.
Yeah, I
eater.
literally only like to eat at home. But then again, I don't like to eat out anyways for the most part because for one, it's so damn expensive, and for two, I feel like the quality of food has just gone downhill. Like it's not even worth it. Like, please remind everybody how much you spent at the Chick-fil-A.
Stop.
And then it's
Oh,
like,
you
you're
guys,
like,
this
wait,
is-
how did I just spend?
You guys, this is absolutely insane and a little bit off top, but that's on brand for us. But here's the thing. I went the other day, and here's kind of how my day works. I usually do my workouts early in the morning, and then I'll have like a protein shake and my coffee. And then lunch, I don't usually like to eat anything too heavy because I know my dinner with my family is usually pretty big. And I'm, whatever, in the middle of the day, I'm kind of not even hungry. But I was like, okay, well, I'm going to work out at 5, so I need to eat like a little something probably for lunch because I don't want to eat before that. And so I'm like, okay, I haven't been to Chick-fil-A in forever. I'm just going to go to Chick-fil-A. I got a grilled chicken sandwich, girl. So like a grilled chicken patty on a bun with some lettuce and 8 chicken nuggets. That's it. No drink, no nothing, no fries, no fruit, no salad. A chicken patty on a bun and 8 chicken nuggets. And it was $18. Almost $19. I almost literally told him to scratch that, and I almost backed myself out of that drive-thru. I was like, this is actually a joke. Like, where's Ashton Kutcher? I'm waiting for him to jump out.
I gotten like a Chick-fil-A sandwich combo with like a drink and fry with the sandwich plus the extra nugget. I'm like, okay, like I could see that. You know what I mean? I could kind of see that. And she's like, no, bitch, I literally just got the sandwich.
Just a sandwich and 8 little nugs.
Are you sure? Like, did you double check your order? Because that sounds insane.
No, literally, it was. I sat there and looked at him, and he was like, okay, at the window, and I'm just staring at him. Like, I'm in complete shock. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And I'm like fuming. In what world is a chicken patty on a bun and 8? And the nuggets at Chick-fil-A, they're like this big. Yeah, they're like the size of a quarter. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, eating out is kind of overrated.
Like literally asking for like triple the sauce and get basically your money's worth at that rate.
I'll never forget. I don't even know when it was. Maybe, I think college, we went to Chick-fil-A at one point, and I was like, can I get like 4 of every sauce? And they literally handed me a whole bag, a Chick-fil-A bag filled to the brim of just sauces.
The best.
And it was like that was like 20, what was that, 14, 15, 16? I don't know, one of those years. One of the good years.
One of the prime years.
2016 was prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, that was sidetracked, but I just, like, that is an unbelievable statistic that I just spent $18 on a chicken patty and some nuggets.
Well, to me, my mind goes to like, I just spent all that money on food for it to go right through me. Like, can we explain? Like, can we explain that, please?
I literally can't even imagine having stomach issues to the extent in which a lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that I know, like, I'll be okay, but then it's like I tell myself that, and then, like, boom, my stomach hurts. Like, because I'm, like, risking it, right? And I'm like, shit, like, I should have listened to myself.
Oh my God.
I know that was, like, really, like, long, but, like, seriously, that is my biggest piece of baggage, those 2 things. Like, and it drives me nuts because I feel like it totally hinders me from so many different things.
Yeah, like, I feel like you can't really be somewhere for that long.
No, I literally can't. I really can't. And that's why I think, like, I'm always just like, oh, I'll just have my husband. Or I'll just stay home with the kids. Like, it's an easy cop-out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always have to be like nearby, and like I normally like to take food to go, or like that's just honestly like what I've always just been used to.
Damn.
Yeah, it honestly sucks. And like some days food could totally agree with me, and then the next it's like holy shit, like what just happened overnight? Every time. I think that's the hardest thing, right? Like people are like, oh, that should be easily managed, and I'm like, no, but it's really not, because like one day it's good, and one day I'm like, holy shit. You just never know.
Out of control.
And I feel like the first thing it does to me too is like it hits me with like almost period cramps, but like in my stomach. And I'm like, holy shit, here we go. You know what I mean?
God,
it's like you know it's coming, and then it's like your mind takes over, and then it hits you faster, and it's just...
It's like that scene in Bridesmaids. She runs in the bathroom. Look away! Yeah. Look away!
It's just,
you're shitting in the street.
It is not a fun place to be.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's actually really hardcore. My baggage, I was more like, okay, the anxiety stuff. Yeah, like I kind of have a tendency now to worry that no one's going to want to put up with me if my anxiety gets really bad again. But that kind of leaks into like what I think my baggage would be, is just kind of like, I think everybody has some trust issues probably, but I feel like my trust issues are like, I just don't believe people. I don't trust people. I'm so just like guarded now. And I think that's my biggest piece of baggage. It's like very hard for me to connect to people or get deep with people or take people seriously because of my past experiences. And I literally don't believe a word anyone says. I just figure they're going to be gone in a couple years, like whatever it is. Like I am just so bad with that.
I always think people have like bad intentions, like always. Whether they could be like totally, you know what I mean, like actually have good intentions, but I feel like you said, like just from previous experiences, it's so hard to not think that. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
like you said, like you're always guarded. But it's so funny, right? Because we always push like, oh, let's do something out of our comfort zone. Like we want to go meet new people. But then it's like that like hinders you from doing
And I mean,
that.
I push myself when I go to events or I meet new people or I try to make new friendships or have like a little bit of a social life, but it's like I do it well, and then it's like I keep them at a decently surface level because in my brain I'm like, there's really no point to like even do this because you'll probably just let me down anyway. And here's the thing, like I understand it's like my own responsibility to bring happiness and joy and like take care of myself at the end of the day, but it's like I don't even want to give people the opportunity because I'm so biased and thinking like it's just gonna go up in flames that I'd rather keep it surface and have fun and whatever than like have to go through anything like that again and just like prove to myself time and time again that people just don't care, they suck. And that sounds like so bad. I'm being like just so honest about how I feel about it. I'm like, I just have a very, very hard time. I think, when I was in high school and like even college and stuff, I usually gave people the benefit of the doubt. And I was like, okay, like if I show up in this way, if I prove to myself that I'm here and I'm a solid support system, like everyone will be that way. And it's just not the case. And then it's also just like the closest people to you, whether it be family or like, a partner or whatever it is, and they say things time and time again, and then it's like push comes to shove and it's gone. Like they don't mean it. They don't show up in the way they say they are. They just give up on you and it's like, damn. And then you start to like look internally and you're like, how did I miss that? And then that brings into like new relationships and things too, because you're like, I can't even trust myself because I thought this about this person and like look at how that turned out. That's why I also think too, it's like so much harder when you get older to like date people or like get in a serious relationship because you do have all of this stuff from your past experiences, and then it's just like you either don't open up enough or you can't connect deep enough, or you're just quick to jump the gun of like, yeah, they don't give a shit, and then that causes arguments. And it's just like I think that's why people get married so young, because it's just like, no offense, but it's like you're just kind of naive and you're in the moment and the emotion. It seems like the right next step and it's like cool. But I also think that's why people probably get divorced at a higher rate by the time they're 30, So it's just like, I don't know. It's just there's so much there and it's really hard. And it's like an active thing that I have to work on. Like almost every single day I have to work on like not getting so reactive and like taking a step back and not assuming the worst out of people, because it truly is like something I've really struggled with, and I bring that kind of everywhere.
Well,
Service level,
like people
we're
aren't
good.
the same anymore. You know what I mean? It's like people don't value like people, right? They don't value friendships. There's just so much of like, I don't know, like people just aren't the same, and that's why I feel like I push back too, because it's like, I don't know, it's just like, and again, I don't know, I feel like it all kind of stems back to like, I don't know, just being a good person, right? And like even just fighting someone like that, like again, like I feel like people either have bad intentions or it's like people just don't know how to be like a good human anymore or like a good friend. It's like people have like completely lost that, and I feel like again that's why I stick to like the same maybe like couple, like literally only like 3 or 4 people.
Yeah.
And like everybody else is kind of like surface level. They won't really get much out of me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes like that. And then it's like I catch myself maybe trusting them a little bit, and then I spill a little bit. And then I'm like, back up, girl. Like it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's just.
Yeah. That happens too. Like you start to kind of dig a little deeper and let it like grow into something a little bit. And then it's just like at the first sign of disrespect or disregard, you're like, and you come back like 10 times more angry, and it's like, golly. So, I mean, if you're listening to this and maybe you found a way to kind of navigate that, or something worked for you in order for you to kind of let that go and not bring it into every kind of new interaction, please let me know, because
we could use a little.
I definitely am still like hands up in that and trying to figure that out. I don't want to go through like the rest of my life being like this grumpy girl who just thinks everyone sucks and no one's going to show up for me. I mean, that's not really like a great place to be. So I don't know. I know that's a thing I need to work on, but that's definitely like, if I think of baggage, That is
But
my
like think about
biggest
like
thing.
dating nowadays, like
Dude,
there's no way in hell. Like I am glad I was naive and young and settled down when I did because it has worked out for the best for me at
yeah, you
least.
guys are
Not
crushing.
everyone
Yeah.
can say that, but it definitely has worked out for the best for
Yeah. Well, that's
myself.
what I'm saying. Like, when you get older, it's harder because you have all these past experiences, or like you're literally your own person with your own life, with your own friends, your own place, your own job, your own car, your own dog. Like, you're living life on your own. And then it's like accepting and bringing in another adult human being in which you have to, like, in regards to an actual relationship, like, prioritize and consider and show up for in ways that maybe make you uncomfortable or have conversation. It's like, it's difficult to do.
Well, and
It's
then you
very
gotta
difficult
accept
to
like
do.
maybe their baggage, right? And it's like
Yeah.
baggage to them may look different than it is for you. You know what I mean? And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, like people are at the age where they may have a kid or two,
Yeah.
and that's part of the baggage that you have to accept
Oh
or
my God,
decline. You
that's
know what
so
I mean?
true. Yeah, that's so
I feel like
true.
that's a huge thing. It's just like people just always have
God.
something, right? And like another person's baggage may look completely different, and someone may look at you and be like, "That's what you consider baggage?" Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's so weird how people just look at everything so differently.
Yeah, that's so true. Like, one person's baggage, like, I have 6 baby daddies with
Yeah,
6 kids. That's my baggage. My
yeah,
baggage is like, I don't really trust people.
yeah.
It's like, it just doesn't seem like it's the same. Yeah, that's so true. And it makes it so hard. I mean, oh my God. We
Well,
could,
think
like,
about
go
like
on
trying to
forever.
combine, right? Like, so when you're younger, you don't really have much, I guess, going
No.
on. Right? You don't really have much going for you. Like, you don't have much to go off of, right? But now that, like you said, like you're an adult, you have your own like car, you have your own place, you have your own like animals and this and that. You know what I mean? The list just goes on. And then like trying to merge someone else's life with your life, it's kind of hard to do that, right? I feel like the compatibility makes it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I feel like there's so many things that you just look at somebody's maybe like their baggage list and you're like, that is something I will absolutely not consider.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like that's why it's so hard to like, that's why it's so hard for people to be compatible nowadays because there's just so much,
Yeah.
I don't
Well, it's
know,
like you're
shit to kind
giving
of,
up a lot. Like,
yeah.
you're literally giving up. That's why, like, when you get married, if you get married kind of young or whatever, it's like everyone likes to talk about, like, oh, I can't wait to build this life with you or create this life with you and like this journey of life. Cute, love it, beautiful. But when you're 20 years old, it's like like you're literally building everything with that
Yeah.
person. If you're 30, 35, 40 when you meet your person, you have built your life already. I mean, hopefully you kind of have. Like, you've built it already. And so in order to let someone into that, it's very difficult to do.
Yeah, because like
They
you have to
have to
learn
be
to
like,
put your guard down.
yeah,
It's
it's
like,
like
you know?
you have to just be willing to do a lot. And
And let's
like,
talk
to
about
your
there's a lot
point,
of crazy ass people out there. Let's just please put that out there. Like, whether or not you watch the news or not, it's just you hear a bunch of crap, right? And it's just like,
the
I don't know, like
baggage,
people
the
are on like the
baggage is
dating
real.
apps and shit. And I'm just like, I could
Dude,
never.
I hear stories of people on these dating apps, and I'm like, is everyone okay?
Yeah.
What are we doing? And then again, like, to the point of like kind of my thing about like, having the past experiences, and then you try to address it, or you try to go to things, or you're going on dates, or you're on the apps, or you're like trying to put yourself out there, but it's just like time after time after time after time again, you're getting let down and let down and let down, and it's just like this like fulfilling prophecy, right, in your head of like, this is just gonna happen again, and then you get depressed. I mean, it's a funky place to be out there. It truly is.
And it's hard not to get down in the dumps with it. You know what I mean? Like, how do you, I don't know, right? It's like, and like you said, you have to like learn from your mistakes. Are you just supposed to continue to let it happen? You know what I mean? Like, you eventually have to put your foot down and be like, this is
Yeah.
not like happening.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd really have to just understand. I think you have to and this might sound really shallow or bad. I don't actually know. But it's like you have to understand your baggage and the level in which, if you're with someone, whether that's a relationship or a friendship, of what they would quote unquote have to sacrifice or deal with or work with you on, right? You need to find someone of equal or lesser baggage. Because it's just not gonna, I just feel like it won't work if what you're going into is just so heavy, and it's like, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. And I don't know if that sounds like rude, because I know we're supposed to like have grace or give people chances or what. I mean, I don't know, but maybe I'm just like too old to like care about that really. But I'm like, if your baggage is just too much, or you haven't found a way in which you can communicate to me how you're handling it or what you're working on to get through it, or how we could like help each other out, like I can't take it on.
Well, and again, like some people may look at it and be like, whoa, 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 like there's no way in hell I could deal with that. And there's
Right.
some people that would come in and like swoop you up and be like, that's like nothing. Like that's not,
Yeah,
you
I
know what I
got
mean?
you.
It's just
And
the
that's your
weird thing of
people.
how different people look at things. And again, I think it just kind of depends on what stage of life you're in and like what, like you said, like what your baggage is. And then it's like if you look at somebody else's, you're like, oh, that's really not that bad. But like to you, it's like it feels like a lot, you know?
Yeah, and the other phase of this whole thing is like when you are self-aware and you understand, and maybe you don't want to use the word baggage because you're sensitive or whatever, but whatever crap that you have that you're, haven't yet worked through, you're currently working through, you're trying to figure out whatever it is, like you have to be so self-aware. I think that's the biggest thing too. Like
Yeah, for
you
sure.
have to be so self-aware of what it is that you have going on, because if you can be self-aware, then you might be bringing into situations, but you can live a life in which you like have a good life even while you're still currently working through some things.
Right.
Like it cannot be such a big thing that's affecting so much of your life. So you have to just accept the fact you're bringing it places, but be like, okay, like to your point about the foods, like, okay, I know this is going to happen to me, but what can I do that lessens the effect or won't impact other people around me as much, or like what steps can I take? And then you figure out what that is and you just do it. There's just like literally I just feel like self-awareness across the board, whether it be baggage or just life in general.
Yeah.
Like if you're self-aware, it goes so far.
It really does.
It goes so far because you can literally, like to the title of the episode, right, it's like living anyway with it. Like you can live with your shit. Like you can have a good life and figure out ways that works for you with whatever shit you're taking with you into whatever aspect of your life. But you just have to be knowledgeable enough about yourself to figure out how to make it work for you. And there's like different times for things too. It's like sometimes it's going to be really, really bad. Like when I couldn't leave the house, like that wasn't even baggage. That was like a whole ass like moving van of things. Like it wasn't even a few bags. So like there's gonna be times like that, but hopefully not too many of those times into which you can still live your life. I don't know. It's one of those things too where it's like you gotta, I feel like maybe ask around. Like I asked you guys to let me know if you've like figured something out. Like ask, like talk to the couple friends you have or whatever who like probably know about this baggage or the stress or whatever you're bringing or like the same patterns you're repeating, and just ask for some honest feedback. And like don't be scared to get like constructive criticism or honest feedback. Like I hear stories about people on the dating apps or whatever and they're like, oh, it's just another situationship, or oh, it's just another failed first date, or it's this, or everyone's the same and they all do this. And I'm like, but there's a common denominator here, and that's you. So like, are we not vetting them enough? Like, are we not like, you know what I mean? It's like, what is the problem here? Because you are also a part of this equation, because it's really easy to blame other people. And so I think if we can all just be a little more self-aware, we actually might find that we can carry
like,
this
put
stuff.
in the work too. You know what I mean? Like, how bad do you really want something? You know what I mean? Like, you have to put in work to get it. Like
100%.
your baggage, right? Like, is there something that like you're carrying that you could maybe fix? Like, maybe work on that too to maybe lessen the baggage. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always have to carry the load. And I think maybe that's what a lot of people think of like, oh no, like some of these maybe could actually be resolved. Like, if you actually like sat down and maybe worked at it and maybe not labeling it as baggage anymore. You know what I mean? Like take accountability for it and like maybe try to fix it. Like you said, constructive like criticism, and also don't like take it up the yin yang if someone's going to tell you something. You know what I mean? Like
Literally.
if you're going to ask for like, just accept it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what sometimes I feel like so many people are scared to do, is like actually asking for outside feedback and like maybe them seeing something that maybe you're not, or maybe giving you good advice like on something to fix that maybe you didn't think of. Like it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. You know what I mean? I think that's what people tend to forget.
Yeah. And like other stuff too, like to your point of speaking on that, of things like how can we fix this, or how can we resolve it or work through that baggage. But there's also like, and I don't like to use the word baggage, but we'll just stick with the theme, but it's like there's also baggage that's outside of your control. Like for my situation with my sister, right? Like severely disabled, can't walk, can't talk, can't take care of herself, like at some point I will be responsible for her to some level, whether that be she lives with me, whether that be she's in a place that I visit all the time, like whatever that looks like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, like that situation could be seen as baggage because that's a lot for someone coming into my life to take on and be a part
Well, they
of.
have to be
And
aware of that, right? Like they need to be aware of like, okay, like that, like you being with me involves like also, dealing with my sister, right? Like you said, like maybe if you guys are all living together or, you know what I mean? Just like
yeah,
letting people know, like, and also like you said, like there are some things that are out of your control, but I feel like being upfront about it, I feel like is super helpful. You know what I
yeah, I
mean?
mean that
It's
goes
like
back to just the
throwing it out
communication
there,
part.
right?
Yeah, and just being like, oh, by the way, like this is a big part of my life, and this will be something whoever is in my life, like relationship wise, like long term, like this is something that we have to just accept as part of the package deal. Like it
No, it
just
really
is
is.
what it is. I mean, it really is. Like, granted, it's not like I have kids or whatever, but again, it's not like the kid's fault. It's not my sister's fault. It's not
Right.
anybody's fault. It's just like the situation of the matter. So I feel like a lot of people can hold themselves back when they have things like that. Like, oh, I have kids. I don't really want to date, or no one's going to want me. Or like, oh, I have, anxiety doing this and I can't do this yet. So like, no one's going to want to be with me because it's like, I've been there, done that. Trust. Like, I have
And I
been
bet you a
down
lot
that
of people
road.
have that, like people don't even realize, you know what I mean? Like you're not the only one going through this, or you're not the only one with maybe this kind of baggage. It's like you may actually find somebody who may have it worse or may have it pretty similar. It's like you just never know.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it sounds cliche, but like the people who care about you don't really care about that. But that's hard for me to say because of some past experiences. There,
Right.
have been times where I thought there was no way that this person would let me down, and that's exactly what happened. So never say never, and that's a part of my negativity I bring into a lot. But I will say, like, for the most part, I do believe the right people who are meant to be there for very long periods of time and in your life during those, seasons will understand it and they will want to help you.
Right.
I mean, I can't even think about like, if someone came to me and they were like, oh, I'm going through this, I can't do this, I can't do that, my anxiety's through the roof, I can't get out of bed, I'm so depressed. But I'd be like, how can I help you? Like, what can we do together? Is there anything I can help you with? Can we tag team it? Like, just approach it in a better way. So, like, those are the people you want to find.
Yeah, not people that are
Because,
like, oh great, like
yeah, like,
you know
here
what I
we go
mean?
again.
Yeah. You also don't want people that are going to make you feel like it's a burden, right, of what you're going through. It's like, no, you want to be that partner, right? That's the whole point of the partnership, is to make them feel, like you have their back, and that is not quote unquote like baggage or something like bad, right? Like you said, like tag team it together, like figure it out how you can work on it and how you can be a good support system to them, right? Like what do they expect from you, or what, you can do to better help the situation. I feel like that would just, and again, like coming from someone that has anxiety, like that would just relieve your stress so much about it. Like you and I have talked about that before. It's like just to know like the other person there for you is like open arms about it, right? Like they understand it. They're like emotionally available for you if you need it.
Yeah.
And they don't make you feel like you're a burden for, just having a tougher time with something.
Yeah, and I think that's where the self-awareness comes in too, which I think looking back in kind of my past experiences, I could have done a better job of just being more like, I understand this is really hard and I'm a lot right now, but I know I'm going to get through it. And like, if we could do X, Y, and Z together, I think it would help me a lot. Like just being more open about me understanding that it's tough for anyone in my life at that certain point, I could have been better at, but I mean, hindsight is, 2020 or whatever. It's like, I was in such a place I could barely keep my head above water. So I don't think I was really thinking about anyone else's, like,
I was going to say you were going through the
feelings.
thick of it though. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like where you would hope that your like significant other or partner or whatever would like jump in and see that. And just see like how far down in the dumps they are and realize that they maybe can't speak for themselves or fight for themselves. So it's like that's where you chime in. Be like, hey, look, like I see you're literally in the shitter right now and we need to get you out of this. Like, what can we do? Literally, let's start making a list and we'll work at it slowly, but like we need some kind of goals. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just like, I was gonna say like that's obviously not a maternal thing because clearly. I just feel like it just takes kind of, like you said, like someone that's self-aware. I mean, I don't know, like to me that just seems like common sense, right? I don't know, but like you see someone
Yeah.
that's not doing well, whether it be a friend or whatever, right? And it's like you should be able to reach out and say,
Yeah.
hey, like what can I help you with? Like instead of just sitting there staring at them, like
Yeah.
that's not
Well,
gonna
that's the
do
other thing.
anything.
I think too, like just in today's day and age with social media and like attitudes of people of like we talked about this slightly before in earlier episodes too, but like just about cutting people off or like, oh,
Right.
well they can't answer my text, like F them, whatever, whatever. It's like have a little patience and grace. Like people could be going through some things and they like need you. They don't need you to cut them off. They need you to like see if you can help.
Right.
Granted, I'm not saying like get taken advantage of or anything like that, but it's like don't be so quick to be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. It's so annoying. She always has to have this problem, or we always have to sit here. We can't go here. It's like, okay, first of all, imagine if you were the person struggling like that. You think she's having fun? Probably not. It's like have a little patience and grace for people. It's like so bizarre to me how like culture these days have just made it so acceptable to just be like, fuck you, like I'm out of here. These people suck. Granted, I say people suck all the time. But like for people I know or friendships or relationships, like I would never, almost never just cut someone off like that without trying or understanding or seeing if I could help or having a game. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's not who I am. It's just not how it works.
Maybe
for
it's
me.
because you've been through it. You know what I mean? And maybe
Yeah,
I think it's
100%.
like people that haven't been through it don't realize like how bad they really could use you at that time. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people don't look at it that way. Again, unless you've really been through it yourself, I feel like it's kind of hard for people to really understand and see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like we do need to kind of rethink about it as baggage and more of like I said before, just like a learning. Like there's something that's happened to me in my life that was very unfortunate and it's affected me, and I'm trying to, work it out in my brain, learn things from it, dissect it, think about it, like look at it more like that versus like, oh, I'm carrying this issue into this thing. But like it's not really an issue. It's just something that happened to me. Life happens to everyone. Like everyone has something going on. So take that thing, instead of it being baggage, it's something you get to learn from.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's like it's almost like you got to also shift your mind of like, because I went through this and because I learned this, whoever's coming into my life is going to get a better version of me.
Right.
Because of this said baggage, because I have learned from it. So I don't know, I think it's just a really big mind shift thing that helps you kind of stop thinking of it as like a downer, or like, oh, this sucks for everybody involved, or I can't do this, or they're not going to like me because of that. You got to shift it around into like, okay, I am this way, but that's like a benefit for people because of X, Y, and Z. I mean, not everything's like a benefit. Like if you're snorting coke, I'd say probably just like leave people alone or whatever, But for like the things we're talking about, it's like very simple to kind of reframe it in a way that helps you continue to go out there and live life and try new things and like push yourself without carrying all of this like negativity into it, which again, I'm trying to learn myself.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better, but I understand it about myself. And now it's just like, I don't jump so quickly into that thought process of, oh, they're going to leave and we'll just keep it surface. And I do it more of like, we're taking it a day at a time.
Right.
And like whatever comes from it. I don't have expectations, whether they're good or bad. Like I used to go into with bad expectations, and now I just go into with no expectations, which I think is a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
But it allows me to kind of like continue to push myself and do things and live my life because I go into it with no expectation.
Right.
I think that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
That was a good one though. Felt good to get that off my chest.
Yeah. It feels good to talk about this stuff too, like just put it out there, because I know people are probably feeling the same way. So
no, we want to hear your feedback, you guys.
Yeah.
We love feedback. We love to hear what you guys are thinking. You know what I mean?
So just go over to the Instagram. It's at pointblank.nl, and just tell us like what lesson you have learned and how it's making you a better person, and how you're bringing it into situations, or other way around, if someone you were with or a friend or family or whatever started having some bad baggage, and how you kind of adapted to that. Let us know, because I love to learn from everyone. Like I'm in a phase of just like learning. I want to talk to different people, learn different things, and so please go over there and let us know, and we will catch you in our next episode, you guys. Bye.